God's will is not mystical. It is a mystery. Did you get that?
Yes. Yes.
I've heard people say, there's a mystical faith, or, God's mystical, and once again, I'll be a word guy, that drives me nuts. Because God is not mystical at all. Mystical implies the use of magic, or some way to circumvent, what God wants to do, witchcraft. Witchcraft is not God. That's a way to circumvent things. It's not a way to surrender your life to God. A part of that is also selfish ambition, which is interesting. We're going to touch on for a minute. Ephesians 1:9, if you have your Bibles, says, He made known to us the mystery of His will. Not the mysticalness or mystic of His will. The mystery of His will. According to His kind intention, again, the same word right there. He wants us to be satisfied. He's got an intention for us and His purpose to bring satisfaction in our life, which He purposed in Him. God's will for our life has nothing to do with being mystical, but it is a mystery. Remember I said it's an adventure. It's a journey. Mystery implies an adventure. It implies a path that we're walking down, that there's certain things we have to uncover and learn and discover about God. God doesn't give us all the pieces. He doesn't. I don't have all the pieces to God's will in my life. That may surprise you, because it is a journey of faith that we walk on day by day, and God gives us what we need to know at that moment as we're going along. Okay, one of the interesting things that's always plagued me, I'm like, Lord, I can prophesy over every single person in a room, your will in their life, and then I can go home, I'm like, what am I going to do tomorrow, Lord? What do you want me to do? And He doesn't say anything to me. He won't tell me. It's almost like, you can hear Him so clear for certain things, but then the path for your own life, you wonder, and then, and everyone else is probably thinking, well, that guy's prophetic, he must know exactly what God wants to do all the time. That's not true. It's a journey of faith for everybody.
Yes.
It's a journey, it's a mystery. There's a mystery about God that is so wonderful. It's like a relationship with my wife, or a relationship that there's a mystery there. Okay? There's a mystery to learn, constantly learn, and grow closer together. Okay? So that's our relationship with Christ too. Is as we're growing closer to the Lord, we understand this mystery, and He begins to reveal Himself more and more to us every day as we go along. And so Ephesians says, right there, it says it's the mystery of His will, according to His kind intention. So I think of in Genesis 5:15 through 18, you don't have to read all that right now, all 3 chapters, but it talks about Abraham and Sarah. And God came to Abraham, and you know the story, if you've been in church any time for a while, that God comes to Abraham and says, I want to make you the father of a multitude, right? It says, if you look up at night and see the stars, that's going to be your descendants. The sand on the seashore, that's going to be the amount of your descendants. There's only one problem. Think of your life here too. God gives you a promise. Yeah, he had a promise, and here he finds his wife is barren. She can't have children, and they're old. They're too old to bear children. So what do we do here? I don't know what to do. God's given me a word, Trudy. God's given me a word to do. He's told me to go here to do this. And now, all of a sudden, I find myself in a place of dryness, barrenness, or where I don't know what to do with the next step. It's empty. I'm not hearing anything. What's going on? Oh, the logical thing is, here, just go sleep with a handmaiden. He didn't ask the Lord, should I do this, did he? He didn't say, should I sleep with the handmaiden? No. Maybe it's a guy thing, I don't know. But I'll tell you, it didn't seem like a good idea to me. But then Ishmael was born through his selfish ambition of even his good intentions. Sometimes our good intentions, without depending on God, brings up selfish. It's still the true motives in there are selfish ambition. We got to get ahead. We got to get ahead. we got to get in the spotlight, or we got to get ahead. That selfish ambition led to the birth of Ishmael and delayed 14 years of his life. 14 years later, Isaac was born. So when you think about that, he wasn't patient then. He had to develop 14 more years of patience, right? So one thing in God's will that is very hard to determine is God's timing. I call you to preach. I call you to evangelize. I call you to lay hands on the sick, and you're going to see them recover. Well, you need to do what God's called you to do, but sometimes there's a timing element that has to be worked out with things. So later on, this family keeps going on like this. So Isaac is born eventually. Yay! All right, and in Genesis 25 through 30, we have a similar story of somebody who seems to do the same thing. So we have Isaac, and he finds a wife, Rebecca, and finds out that Rebecca can't have children. What is going on with this family, Lord? Rebecca can't have children. So he prays, and the Lord opens her womb. But there's this battle going on inside her, and she comes to the Lord and says, Lord, what's going on? What's going on? It's like my womb is going nuts here. He says there's two nations in there, and they're battling. And he says that the older will serve the younger. And then eventually Jacob and Esau are born. One, that's kind of after God. The other, more natural. Esau, like a hunter. And Jacob was a more calm guy. Had more complete man. Like to stay at home a little bit more. But Jacob, very named the heel grabber, right? Self-ambition, I gotta get ahead, right? I gotta grab it, I gotta make it happen. And so he listens to his mom, and sometimes listening to your mom's a good thing, but not when she got a word of the Lord and she didn't pray how it should come to pass. I've learned when God speaks me to something, and I think this is a quiz, all right, from God sometimes. It is a quiz from God, because he wants us to develop a relationship. And we think it is some kind of mystical thing where, ooh, I'm going to tell you the answer. And then you're going to go do it. No, he wants us to work with him. God wants us in a relationship. So he tells us to do something. He expects us to ask questions and to find out more details of what he wants us to do. You understand what I mean? Okay, so I would have think that, he would say, well, how is this going to come about? Okay? Long story short, we're going to make it short. We're not going to belabor it. But how he stole the birthright. He's from Esau. Okay, he kind of manipulated that situation. And then he tricked his father by dressing up like Esau to get the blessing. The right-hand blessing was the favored blessing in the Old Testament. So, he did this. And then what did he do? He ends up running away to be under Laban in the safety of his uncle's house. And while he's with Laban, he gets married, works for one wife, then another wife, and then more labor. That's up 20 years. 20 years, away from this blessing that he was trying to grab, all through selfish ambition. It's interesting that God will sometimes allow us to experience our weakness by seeing it in action in someone else, until it actually starts to change our perspective on things. And that happens often in the Bible, and that happened with Jacob. You can see that later in his life, he actually had this time where he wrestled with an angel, and we talked about our walk, and it said that the angel touched his hip, and he walked with a limp from there on out. You call him limpy or whatever, it doesn't matter. He had a limp to remind him that he had to give in to God. That he had to surrender his will to God for God's will to be done, that he couldn't control the situation anymore. And I think there's a hint of it at the end of Genesis, when Joseph, which is one of Jacob's sons, had two children. And Jacob goes to bless them at the end. And I think you see a picture of how God could have performed his will without Jacob trying to manipulate the situation. Jacob goes to lay his hands on Ephraim and Manasseh, which was Joseph's sons, and God says, whoa, stop, cross your hands. Crushed your hands. Isaac could have done the same thing for Jacob and Esau. Could have done the same thing. But this is why it's important to give our lives and surrender to Christ. It is a mystery, which implies an adventure that we're on and things to discover with God.